Good morning and welcome again to Summit. It's a brand new week and I'm really happy to be with you again today. This also is the end of, this week also is the end of September, and we'll be entering into a new month by the end of the week. And also this week has two very significant things that are happening. The first is that on Wednesday, the campaign, the electioneering campaign will kick off. And also on Saturday will be the independence anniversary of Nigeria, talking about the 61st anniversary, independence anniversary of Nigeria. So we look forward to these two very significant events this week. And then, of course, as the electioneering campaign is beginning this Wednesday, the 28th of September, many civil society and coalition groups are advocating for issue-based campaigns, and also that the parties need to talk more about their manifestos, and that we should avoid hate speech and also maligning the person of our candidates, you know. So let's talk about things that are relevant even as we begin the electioneering campaigns, and also that there's really need to end this issue of hate speech. We need to end it and talk about things that are relevant. Well, today on Summit, we'll be showcasing two packages. Of course, Banji is not here. I'm alone with you today. But the thing on the program today is that we'll be showcasing two packages. And the first one is an interview with an elder statesman and a Afenifere leader, Pa Ayo Adebanjo, talking about the state of the nation. He's going to be telling us how he started his journey into activism and then now being the leader of Afenifere. And he's also be talking about issues towards the 2023 election. So we'll take that package first, and then when we return, I'll introduce the second package. So please enjoy this. We'll be right back. You're welcome to this interview segment on Summit. This is a very special edition because we'll be having a chat with someone who is worth listening to, someone who is a role model in Nigeria, and someone who's also well respected in all spheres of the society. Today on the program, we have our guest who is a nationalist, a Afenifere leader, a patriot, an elder statesman, and he's 94 years old. Join me to welcome Pa Ayo Adebanjo. You're welcome, sir.
You're welcome too.
Good to have you on our program, Summit.
It's a pleasure.
All right, sir. I'll just take you through some questions, some preliminary questions to establish who you are and how far you've come in this journey of especially our democracy. Good to have you, sir. All right, so it's on record that you started political activism and nationalism as an adolescent, starting with being an ardent follower of Nnamdi Azikiwe to Awolowo and then to Afenifere. Can you take us through this, your journey?
May I correct you? There's no difference between Awolowo and Afenifere.
Okay, sir.
So I'm not the shifty something.
All right. Could you take us through this, your journey of how it started to where you are?
No, I started straight from school.
Yeah.
I started with the Gbagbo Oduduwa in 1948-49, and from there I was in Nigerian Youth Movement with Chief Osho Davis, Akintola, and others. Then the area council came in, then the action group came in. Afenifere, it was clear, there's no difference between Afenifere and action group. Afenifere is the catchment area name in Yoruba land for action group. Action group is not a tribal organization. It's a political organization all over Nigeria. And we are the first and only party that has representation in all the legislatures of the First Republic. under the name of Action Group, Middle Belt Alliance, the Maito Talaka Parabo of Ilori, and the minorities in the East. At that time, the Action Group was the leader of opposition by Akintola. We are the government of Western Region led by Chief Awolowo. We are the leader of opposition in the Eastern Region led by Chief S.G. Koku. We are the leader of opposition in the Northern Region led by Alhaji Maito. You see that all these names are mentioned, the chancellor of this present people know them. All the agitators for what they know now, they are many of them were born after 1966, so they don't know what preceded that. As you see, rightly introduced, when I was in school, I was an ardent follower of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. In fact, Azikiwe is the man who aroused the political activity of us, including Chief Awolowo. He was the concern for nationalism, for independence. He did it, and he was able to do that with his newspaper, the West African Pilot. The motto for that pilot was "Show the light, and the people will find the way." He has a column there inside Sub Isaac. We commit it to memory. Yeah, he fired all the anti-colonial messages to us. But I changed from Azikiwe to Awolowo when the question of federalism came in. Because Azikiwe was preaching English form of government before independence. But when Awolowo came and said, with the various nationalities in Nigeria, various different cultural, religious, ethnic nationalities, you can't run Nigeria as a united country under the unity form of government. That was such change, and I was convinced. Ever since, I have been in the Action Group.
But is there any time you suppose that all Yoruba would belong to a particular
No.
a federal system?
No.
Was there any point that came on?
Well, Action Group is a federal system. See, people make mistake when we say Action Group or Afenifere. They think all the Yorubas. There's never a time when all the Yorubas are in Action Group. No. Only we are in the majority. When we are forming a Action Group, Theos Bessie was in the SSC. Adelino Ogunsoya was there. Olowo Foyeku was there. And so on and so forth. But we are in the majority in the Western region. As a result of the election there, that was how we won the election. And at that time, it is the majority party in this region that sent ministers to the center. That was how we were able to send our own representatives to the center. Akintola, Ato Press, Bode Thomas, and the former Kabiyesi of Ife, not Shigade Aderemi.
All right, since you assumed leadership of Afenifere as the leader, how has it been? Have there been any new development?
No. You see, that is why people are confused in the country today. We have always been consistent on the fact that you must have a federal constitution, and we fought for it before independence. When they introduced McPherson Constitution in 1952, and we contested election there, it was under a unity form of government. But when Toledano removed the motion in 1953 that we want to have self-government in Nigeria in 1956. That's where the problem arises. We have nationalist monarchs at that time. not the type of products that we have now. He said, oh, I saved you that problem. I will resign. And he resigned. And Bode Thomas, Atope Akintola, they took part in the motion for self-government. And he sacked them. But under that constitution, he had to say to the Western House of Assembly to send another name, because they are representing the region which have the majority in the regional parliament. And I would not say the same name. Then there's crisis. Then Oliver Litchfield, the then colonial secretary, sent for all the delegates to come to Lancaster House in London. That was how the federal constitution was established in 1954. Before then, the leader of government business in each region was known as leader of government business. There was no premiership. But when Awolowo got to that conference, and he was telling the colonial officer that, well, I have told you, because before then he wrote a book, Path to Nigerian Freedom, in 1947, saying that the Path to Nigerian Freedom, that it must be federal constitution. In any nation of this heterogeneous nature, with different language, different culture, different religion, the only thing that can keep them together is a federal system, where the autonomous region, the confederated states will develop at their own space. That's the essence of federalism.
All right, so I mean, I know it's been a long journey with Afenifere, but there are those who believe that Afenifere has lost its legitimacy to represent the Yoruba race in view of its partisanship. Because we have several other Yoruba groups like Yoruba Council of Elders, Egbe Omo Odua.
You see, that's why the confusion lies. We have never claimed to be the only organization in Yoruba land, but we are a political party. All other things you are mentioning, they are cultural organizations, they are not political parties. That was why we were able to win election in the Eastern region and Northern region. So they can't compare with us. Because we formed the government of Western region Yoruba land, by the time we are forming that government, I only told you that not everybody, we are only a majority. And in fact, Azikiwe disputed our majority until the assembly met in Ibadan to demonstrate that we are majority to form the government. When that majority was demonstrated, a lot of people who are doubting whether we are government joined us. That was why many Azikiwe carried the impression at that time that we stole his members. No. He was telling his members that he will win election in the Western region. But when we won, he was still claiming that some of our members are his members. But when the National Assembly now, the Western House Assembly now met, and we demonstrated our majority, and we formed the government, many areas said, if you are not part of this government, we won't get the necessary benefits of democracy. Then they cross carpet to the action group. They increased our majority. They did not help us to form government. They increased our majority. That is important, because that confusion still on to today. And some of the elements of the SSC at that time say, well, the action group started carpet crossing. No. It is they. So after formed that government, it was we now who sent representatives to that conference. At that conference, we converted Azikiwe to be a federalist. You journalists, you can do research. On the return from London conference at that time, the Daily Times published in the front page when Azikiwe was alighting from the airport, from the plane, he said, federalism is imperative. You can do research, you get it there. Because at that time, premiership was now established in the Western region. Each region was autonomous. We are autonomous, state police, education, health, agriculture, we are all. And that was what Azikiwe persuaded Sardauna with. That don't worry yourself, nobody will cheat you. You have autonomy in your region. You know that at that time, he should have gone to the center as the party that won the majority. He said Balewa, because Allah told him there's no power there. The power is in the region. I'm going to be the premier. So Sardauna stayed in the region. And Okpara was in the inside region. So that was what we carried on until we got that self-government in 1956. Because of the provision of that constitution, and the northern region said they are not ready, it was the northern region that delayed their independence. But the colonial officer said, well, those who want self-government can have it. So the East and the West sought for self-government. We had it. So we have to wait until 1959 when the northern region got their own self-government. Then they said, after that, we can have an independence in Nigeria in 1960. That's how it came about.
All right. Moving on issue of Afenifere. We all know that Afenifere has always insisted on restructuring. Even till today, Afenifere has still taken that stand that Nigeria must be restructured. How realistic is this position, even when Buhari's administration and its predecessors failed to implement it?
No, my dear. That is why either people don't understand or there's confusion. The constitution we are having is not our constitution. If you are reading me, it was the military that introduced it after the coup.
Yes.
And when you talk about restructuring back to the federalism. That is what it means. We are not changing at all. We were moving on since 1960. Until 1966, when the coup came, the present constitution, I have said it and I'm repeating it, is a fraudulent one imposed on us by the military. I want you to get that clear, and let the public get that clear. And we said, if the army is going back to the barrack, let them go back. Thank you, sincerely clear. So we can't go back to federalism under the present structure. Nigeria must be restructured. It's a plain matter. That's why we're all on the say, I said, well, you won't get peace. That is why since then there will be no peace, and there will be no peace until you go back to it. And that is why I said, I don't believe in this election. Under this constitution, no.
People believe that the 1963 constitution is the best, and that Nigeria needs to go back to that constitution. Do you believe that is the way forward?
That is it.
On this same restructuring?
When we say go back to 1963, that's federal constitution.
Nigeria has evolved.
No, you are making a mistake. What have you evolved?
Okay.
What have you evolved? Where a section of the country is dominating the country? Where they make a constitution, they make more states in the north, more local government in the north. We didn't make it. Did you make it? That's because of the problem. They use the constitution they made to dominate us. And then they say the number of local government they created will be the basis of distributing revenue. That's the fraud I said there. And I've not disputed it. Under the 1954 Constitution, which was introduced in 1960, derivation was introduced, what the South called resource control. So South fought for it, that the area where you collect your tax must have the majority of the tax goes there and pay tax to the government. And that's what it is. That was causing trouble in South. So then I said that until you do that, there will be disturbance there, disturbance there. The question of marginalization that the South is talking about will not arise. Because under a federal constitution, functions have been given to the center and to the regions that form the federation. That's the beauty in the federation. But when you want to rule the whole of the country from the center, you imagine somebody from Maiduguri, he sent them down to Lagos to come and be a police. Where does you? Or from Sokoto as a policeman to come to Kogi. How do you know the terrain? That is the awkwardness in this system. So that is why we are seeing all. That's why until you go back to it, you won't get peace. It is the provision of that 1960 constitution that made decision for federal character. When Sardana was being hesitant at being backward, that no, don't worry. We will distribute everything that is federal equally. All the appointment federal will be, every region will have, that's why I put federal caster there. We have federal commission. That no region or ethnic group will dominate any government. It is because the presidency cannot be divided into three, the question of rotation comes in. And that is why when they read Abiola out of the election, and there was problem, they now say, we are going back to Silareju. We press that we must have it. We have had enough in the north. You remember at that time, they now brought Obasanjo from the prison, and even the opposition party, all parties chose their candidate from the southwest. When Obasanjo now finished, Yar'Adua came in, go back to the north. When Yar'Adua finished, came back to the south, Jonathan. When Jonathan finished, go back to the north, Buhari. Buhari finished, come back to the south. That was what led the southern governors saying, it is the turn of the south that must have the presidency. Are you following? And now we'll come back to the south. Is it the south that has had this, that is beating the west or the south? It's only the southeast. That's just a simple thing. That is what people are not addressing themselves to. It is the justice of the case that the action group is standing on. And that's how Obi came in. Obi is not my relation. If I'm going to be parochial, I should say, where is Tinubu? But if we fought for rotation to come back to the south, is it to the south between the southwest and the southeast? And the southeast and the northwest and the south? No. It means north and south. When it comes back to the south now, it was rotate there. That's all. That was the central south came in.
All right,
we are not doing the south any favor at all. It's a question of equity and justice, and the provision of the constitution that make provision for federal character.
All right, still on your stance that a candidate from the southeast
certainly
next president of Nigeria.
If you don't do it, there will be no peace.
There's a publication in the public space,
yes,
that you do not have a social media account, and that you are not supporting a southeastern candidate in the person of Peter Obi.
Who says so?
Is there in this public space?
Is that on me? You see, many of you know about this WhatsApp and all that thing. You see me in person, like you saying they say something on my behalf when I'm alive.
For you to debunk it? Or...
No, it's all right. I have been debunked several times. I have granted interview. When they want to cause mischief, they say somebody said, who said it at that time? Where did I say it? The people just don't. And those are sponsored statements, sponsored articles, sponsored interviews. I have never changed my stand. And what Action Group and FFS stand for consistency. And that is the epitome of Adebanjo, consistency. When I was supporting Buhari in 2007, he said he was going to do restructuring. I said in my interview. And when I was supporting Atiku in 2019, he said he was going to do restructuring. He said that the same thing when I was supporting Jonathan in 2015, restructuring. So,
how serious is this issue of getting leadership right in the 2022 election to the future of Nigeria and Nigerians?
The issues are clear. The issues are clear. You know how many of the graduates of the university now that are unemployed. You should not look at those candidates who can do it. Not those who have promised and have failed to do one jot of their promise. That's the solution. Don't put your vote on the naira and kobo they give you, or on the rice or the stockfish they distribute to you. On the merit, we made it the political issue. That's what I'm trying to tell the people from the Southwest. They are saying, oh, you're a Yoruba man, you're talking an Igbo man. No. The presidency is not between the Yoruba and the Igbos. It's for Nigeria matter. And all I'm saying, if I'm going to be parochial, I'll choose Tinubu. But there's no fairness there. The Southwest has had its share. The South is not part of the South. That's my point. On equity, on inclusiveness, and justice. Except that you don't believe in justice. My point is clear. Any other thing is begging the issue.
A lot of people have faulted Labour Party, saying that it does not have a structure and it lacks national spread. How popular is Labour Party?
My dear, I'm not a Labour man. Labour Party now is like Nadeco. Everybody is on Labour.
You equate it with Nadeco.
Exactly what it was. All those who are supporting Obi now, we are not Labour.
All right, still on your stance that a candidate from the Southeast
certainly
next president of Nigeria.
If you don't do it, there will be no peace.
There's a publication in the public space that you do not have a social media account and that you are not supporting a Southeastern candidate in the person of Peter Obi.
Who says so?
Is there in public space?
Is that for me? You see, many of you know about this WhatsApp and all that thing. You see me in person, like you say they say something on my behalf when I'm alive.
For you to debunk it or...
No, it's not right. I have been debunked several times. I have granted interview. When they want to cause mischief, they say somebody said, who said it at that time? Where did I say it? The people just don't. And those are sponsored statements, sponsored articles, sponsored interviews. I have never changed my stand. And what Action Group and FFS stand for consistency. And that is the epitome of Adebanjo, consistency. When I was supporting Buhari in 2007, he said he was going to do restructuring. I said in my interview. And when I was supporting Atiku in 2019, he said he was going to do restructuring. He said that the same thing when I was supporting Jonathan in 2015, restructuring. So,
how serious is this issue of getting leadership right in the 2022 election to the future of Nigeria and Nigerians?
The issues are clear. The issues are clear. You know how many of the graduates of the university now that are unemployed. You should not look at those candidates who can do it. Not those who have promised and have failed to do one jot of their promise. That's the solution. Don't put your vote on the naira and kobo they give you, or on the rice or the stockfish they distribute to you. On the merit, we made it the political issue. That's what I'm trying to tell the people from the Southwest. They are saying, oh, you're a Yoruba man, you're talking an Igbo man. No. The presidency is not between the Yoruba and the Igbos. It's for Nigeria matter. And all I'm saying, if I'm going to be parochial, I'll choose Tinubu. But there's no fairness there. The Southwest has had a share. The South is not part of the South. That's my point. On equity, on inclusiveness, and justice. Except you don't believe in justice. My point is clear. Any other thing is begging the issue.
A lot of people have faulted Labour Party, saying that it does not have a structure and it lacks national spread. How popular is Labour Party?
My dear, I'm not a Labour man. Labour Party now is like Nadeco. Everybody's on Labour.
You equate it with Nadeco.
Exactly what it was. All those who are supporting Obi now, we are not Labour. It's only the flag bearer to get rid of Buhari. Including you, if you miss it, you will die in slavery.
How do you mean that if we miss it, we'll die in slavery? That's a weighty statement. Very much,
I'm telling you, I don't hide it. The northern region want to dominate the country, the Fulani in particular. You imagine the PDP. In northern as you say 8 years, another Fulani comes in. Are we dummies? What will take us for in the south? That's the issue. It's not a question after all. This very man have campaigned for him before. On the basis where it is their turn. And because they want to rig him in, they changed the constitution of BDP. They started the rotation. Now they say, no, we are not going to do the rotation. It is open to everybody. That's why they are in trouble now. The implication of that now is that they have the chairman, they have the president, all in the north, and not the principal party of the north. Now they're trying to wriggle it out. That's why they are in trouble.
All right, but really, if we look deeper into this issue.
The issue is that they don't rule well. The issue is that the Boko Haram, it must be following what we have been saying all along. The cattle rearers who have been kidnapping and murdering in the south, from the southern Kaduna downwards, they are Fulani. And when we say this Fulani, they say Allah. Buhari told us, no, how to say they are Fulani. They are not Fulani. When he came to power, before he came to power, everybody was saying the Fulani, the Fulani asked me. And you praise me because your demand is in power, you said they say nobody. When he was not clear to him that he's Fulani. No, he said it's not Fulani. It is the Fulani from northern region. You're here, all right. If it is Fulani from the north, that to me, and to you intelligent people, that makes it worse. You are the commander-in-chief to protect life and property. How can foreigners come and invade us and you don't arrest them? You don't prosecute them. Is that their lesson? You are not privy to it. And I have said it before, and I'm still saying it. Buhari is privy to the Boko Haram people. He knows those who are behind them. I didn't say so. The man allow me if you listen to the program in Arise or somewhere. It was Buhari who said the committee will come and they allow me to go and find out who are those behind Boko Haram. And he said he gave them the list. And he said it openly. There are those who are behind Boko Haram and in the cabinet of Buhari. They are city governors, they are in parliament, the Senate, and the Federal House. Have they denied it now? Not only that, Malami himself told us that we have got the list of 200 names who are behind. Remember, I've been public with that. He's privy to it. And that's why he doesn't want to do state police. If you don't state police, you can take care of them, arrest them. Then they catch them here, they turn their eye. Because he claim control. And under the constitution they do now, all our governors are lame dog governors. They have no control over the security. And they are supposed to be the security of their state. The instrument of security is in the center. The governor has no influence under the commissioner of police there. He has to take instruction from Abuja. That's what we are fighting for. That's why I say if you don't change the constitution to what should be as a federal institution, you will die in slavery. That's why he loaded every appointment to the north. Inspector General of Police, head of the Army, head of the Navy, DSS, Custom, Immigration, name it. It's either from Katsina or from one part of the north. That's what I say, that is slavery.
All right. Now,
and when they ask him, no, there's evidence. When he came in 2015, and they pointed out to that, this is a lopsided appointment. All he did was say, well, those he can trust. You remember, you are journalists. When they voted for you, you can trust them. When it comes to appointment, you cannot trust them. Not even with the party of Jagaban, between Yahweh and alliance. And you can get somebody who can hold those security positions. Why you deceive it?
All right, still talking about the 2023 elections. Everyone was elated, excited when the president signed the Electoral Act 2022 into law, and it has been test run in Ekiti and Oshu elections year 2022. What do you envisage in the general elections using this Electoral Act 2022, and also INEC as an umpire? Do you have confidence in INEC?
With the development in Oshu and Ekiti, and the undertaking that Yakubu has been giving us of late, and the improvement they have done, even with the Oshu scene, I hope for the best.
All right, so still moving on. Some people say Nigeria has never been this divided along
Very much, very much, very much.
ethnicity and all that. How can we achieve unity as a nation?
Go back to federalism. That is key. When every region is in control of its own destiny, and we only have something that binds us in the center, shipping, airline, and all that, your education, your health, your agriculture, your local government, your police. There's nothing to quarrel about. But he wants to be on that control, so I won't do it.
But if we are talking about federalism, going back to federalism to achieve unity, do you see this crop of our leaders being able to go all out to ensure that they don't have to rely from whatever comes from the center?
That's the essence of federalism. It is not their leaders, your leader that will do it. It is you, the voters, that we know who, that is one of the reasons why we are backing Obi. Besides the fact the size of the Southeast is one of those who believe that instruction must be done. But that's the basis of this development. Whether you are going to develop education and economy, the country must be stable. There must be stability. Once you do that, you get everything you want.
All right, let's talk about ASU. The youth's future being mortgaged. The youth's future being mortgaged now. They have been at home for this past 7 months.
Certainly,
now.
certainly.
So what's your view about, is it ASU should ASU bend? What do you think can be done to sort out this issue between ASU and the federal government?
Get a better government. Vote for Obi, your problem is solved. No, the plan is clear. If you vote for Jagaban, the APC, then the people can solve the problem. Which of the promises that the APC has made that are fulfilled? That's the question you ask yourself.
But there are people who argue that Jagaban, that's something about you, is a different person from
No.
looking outside of the party.
We are doing politics, my
Look
friend.
at individuals.
No, my friend. We are not illiterates. He's contesting under a platform. He's not contesting at Tinubu. That's why they have to do candidates here, not the different parties. It is left for you now as an electorate, as a voter, to decide which of the parties now are fulfill what they promise or are capable or have the capacity to solve your problem. If you don't know that, then you don't know where you are going. That is why your children will get out of university 3 years, 4 years, no job.
With your staunch support for the candidacy of Peter Obi, how much do you know about him before this presidential candidacy?
My dear, only blind man you don't know. Somebody who ruled Anambra for 8 years. You know the record he has there. He's not one of the governors who say there. He left there and left money after he's not one of those they say after leaving EFCC looking after him. That's all we done. How many of the governors who have left office? You see that the PDP, they join APC after leaving office because they don't want to be, they don't want the FCC to go after them. The case of Akpabio is there. Even the APC, so they are victim of BFCC, including their chairman, including their secretary. They are in the opposition party before, but when the opposition party's government wants to become government, they are going to inquire into their activity, they join them. I don't know, sure, but they said, if you are a devil there, when you join us, you become a saint. God save Nigeria.
Okay, let's talk about Queen Elizabeth. She joined her ancestors last week, and there's been a lot of back and forth on her participation or the things she has done towards Africa and even Nigeria. What would you say about that?
My dad, we must all go back to the colonial era. You know, she's the head of the Commonwealth. She's the head of the colonial power that was ruling us. You can't expect her to do anything different from the government of the day. And when there was a change, she changed. When there was the British Empire on which the sun never set, she was there. When the sun began to set, she was there. She accommodated herself. And from the British Empire, we never set, become Commonwealth. So she adjusts herself. That's the beauty of the British monarchy. They are not partisan. The political party that is there, it is Labour, they are Labour. It is Conservative, they are Conservative. It is the wish of the people. It's only a symbol of unity, that's all. And whatever that government does, she acquires to. So the good thing about her, which people know, the colonial mentality and defense can be achieved to the degree, but she's one of those who really adjust as the way the change blows. So There's not much anybody can say about the government of the president you talk about. So it's just the symbol of unity in the United Kingdom.
All right, so your final word to Nigerians now as we approach these elections, talking about changing our mindset, talking about changing the way kind of things we expect from politicians. Your last word.
My last word, the electors should open their eyes and see who among the candidates we supply employment, we give stability, we give you security. Those are things you should remember. Security, employment, and manage your economy well. Not the government that has a lot of corrupt people in their government. Yes, Buhari says he's going to wipe out corruption, and corrupt people are in his cabinet. No, I'm not just talking. Silva, who is the Minister of Petroleum, Jonathan found him guilty. So recognize me. And they seized 26 houses from him. We didn't appeal. Because when Buhari came in now, he wanted a support from South. All the houses that they seized from him, he returned it. That's the man who wants to wipe out corruption. And this is the beauty of the awkwardness. The lawyer that prosecuted in the FCC, they are in the same cabinet. Keyamo. What I'm saying is not fiction. Keyamo prosecuted him, and they're now sitting in the same cabinet. Under a government that said they have zero tolerance for corruption in the FCC. They say they are going to attack Omishore, women for corruption. The moment he could go there, he became saints. Now they are secretaries. And they are going through the same thing. They are going to have for corruption. They are secretaries of the government before Mr. Grasscourt. What was the result? After sacking, nothing done. As far as Adebayo is concerned, he's a funeral candidate. Anytime. I'm only talking, I shouldn't be talking at all. I'm only sorry for your generation. I can say proudly, I can't be involved. My children can't be involved. They can't take care of themselves. That's their fear. I produce lawyers, I produce doctors, I produce economists. And they are producing their own graduates, their own grandchildren, who study abroad and can't come back home because their nurse is not there. Every day people are abandoning the country. That's the problem, your age group. My daughter enjoy free education when she entered Unilag. Under UPA. She paid through the eyes now to educate her young children because of the type of education system. So it's this, people like you and your generation, many of you now, the gentlemen are hesitant to get married. You can't afford. You know how many of you who graduated from university who are not married yet? Your suitors have no job. That's what you'll be thinking about. Don't let anybody deceive you. But they come and give you $1, you change. You should educate your parents, your friends.
Thank you for granting us this exclusive interview. We appreciate you. And we know you should be resting, but sacrifice this time for us. We appreciate you. Thank you.
That's what I can do before I go away. I was in a meeting where you came in.
Yes.
I'm having some people from Brazil. They're having a Zoom meeting because I want to say as much as possible before I die. For people to enlighten you to know where your problems are. Well,
You still have a long time.
that is your wish. That's everybody's wish. Without saying God has not done enough for me at 94. Or you could be that. My leader of honor was 78. And Yasin that followed me was 88. And this one followed me was 88. My close friend, Ladiwa Jai, was 92. I am 94. Ah, praise God. If you give me more, no blue. My father was 105. But that is a lot of my father. I don't know what God for me. But for what God has given me, I'm very grateful. Very, very grateful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And that's our exclusive interview with Chief Samuel Ayodele Adebanjo, our daddy, the leader of FNFL. We appreciate you so much, sir, this opportunity to speak with you. We know that God will grant you long life and you will see many, many, many more years, and you will experience the change in our nation that you have been anticipating. Thank you so much. Thanks for staying with us. My name is Chief.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you.